Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Ra3 replay. Spawn on the top left side as the Orange Empire, we have Jackel. Spawn on the left side as the Red Allies, we have iConv1ct. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Blue Allies, we have Ryftig. As the Yellow Empire, we have Nezen. As the Cyan Allies, we have iCrushYou. And as the Magenta Soviets, we have Ra3 Latvia. I guess he's from Latvia. Could be mistaken about that. You got some doggos being pulled on field. Over here, got dojos being pulled on out, as well as for some refinery. I'm gonna go for double dojo. Over here, we got the engineer. He has the tool schematics for that oil derrick. Up here, we do have a refinery, barracks, pulling out bears. I think the barracks came out. We got a crusher crane here. Crusher crane? Okay, it looks like regular credits. I just want to hear if it was some sort of heightened credits. And orange will capture that oil derrick there. Got some bears here. They can't be crushed by the sea. And I got some more. Now let's dojo deploy on the field. Trying to go for engineer now. You got a good number of peacekeepers here, and we do got the Soviet engineers trying to push this way forward. He's gonna have trouble versus the and you can't get crushed out of sea, but he's doing a good job warding him around. Soviet engineer now breached and claims it, and actually didn't even get out of the dinghy. We got a bunch of dogs right there, as well as a dog here. That's science dog scouting out the blue oil derrick. And now the Soviet MCV is eyeing for a bit of a turret push. His teammates are allies and Empire, so only the allied player can help him off multi-gun turrets. And the MCV is packed on up, so I'm not sure what the Soviet player is really eyeing. Going to see some aggression here. And now the Jackel troops getting some pistol on the dojo core. Very nice. Red's MCV is over here. We do got a multi-gun turret being queued on up, and we got mag mines and molotovs being thrown in that instant dojo. Now I got the Soviet MCV advancing forward. Can the MCV crush wall segments? Luckily it was crushing wall segments. If that's the case, he could try crushing the ore collector. Gotta go for a Tesla coil there. Have found the multi-gun turret there, and blue throws a multi-gun turret as well. And the Empire player is eyeing for a engineer there, but the bear does swipe and kill that engineer. We do now have a mecha bay deployed here. A lot of peacekeepers going for more barracks there. The barracks does go down. And now got the Tesla core there. Remember, he has also a crane here to help with a turret push. We do have a flak tower in front of you, and got massive crushers there onto those red infantry. You may want to pack up one more time or deploy one more time, and then perhaps maybe eye to run away. The flak tower will go on up and will provide some good damage support in the region. You may want to go for barracks as well, just going to engineer out. Multi-gun turret brought out by red once again, and now going for another flak tower as well. As a world focusing on the multi-gun turret there, the flak tower will go down. More multi-gun turrets being pulled on field. The Soviet MCV just needs to run away, has taken quite a bit of damage, but should be able to escape out. Got a flak trooper there, could pull out his flak gun and put away the mines. Also, there's a bit of fire there, trying to sell out and get on the far side. And these Jackel troops do go down to the peacekeepers. We got some dogs advancing on forward. Ryftig can't not crush them. It does get a good bark there, getting both the peacekeepers there. And now this dog will be biting the rest of these forces. And thanks to heroic status, the Jackel troop will not be able to kill in time. No, he was pretty close. We got blue still has these multi-gun turrets. Well, here red has sold off his, though they actually still won the front. And the Soviet MCV is even more fire there. He has a flak trooper in this region. Does well over finding there. Bullfrog push way forward, and does not save the MCV. He does take out the Chopper VX there. Got some forces here deployed up by Cyan. Down south, do have I see a yellow. Oh, it's a burst drone. That's what I'm seeing on the mini map. And over here, we've got these Imperial Warriors. Yellow's advancing forward with a yard mini, so there is elite, so it killed something off. And the ore refinery does go down there. Now I got these multigunner IFVs pushing on forward. We'll find the shotgun equipped one. These are equipped with javelin troops, I believe. I think these are double stacked missiles, and if I'm not mistaken. Which doesn't, I don't really think increases the damage output. I think increases the burst damage, but not necessarily the total DPS. I could be mistaken about that. Those forces get crushed beneath their treads and not a boot. Is that better or worse? And that one defines a bigger tread, not the bigger boot. Bears advancing forward, as well as these hammer tanks. Bears do take out the javelin troop there and does stun the peacekeeper. Got a nice mixed force here advancing forward. Got a cryo shot in front field. Science not paying attention. Another cryo shot there, and Science does take out, freeze that hammer tank there. Does take out that javelin trooper inside that multigunner IFV. Now we got a multigunner turret on the field, as well as some of the multigunner IFV starting to go down. We got now the flak battery there. Not flak, but some sort of like, I'm not sure what that weapon actually is. It looks like flak, but it's not flak. Because the flak guns from the bullfrogs is something different. The already many subs using file forge there. And now we've got Red's guarding tanks now being siphoned on down. We got multiple multi-gunners deployed on the field. These hammer tanks are skirmishing around. This one needs some extra health, but we'll go down to the guardian tank. Aerodrome, however, popped on out. And we've got a bomb there on the hammer tank. Prospector does a run away from the terror drone already. It does get a nice little bite there. Could try crushing that javelin troop there. Does crush the javelin troop there, going for the Imperial Warriors. Does get a nice split there. Does crush one of them. And the Prospector will stop that everything advancing forward. And the terror drone does go down. Does advance forward. They have a Naginata cruiser. But the Naginata cruiser does go down. Got another Naginata cruiser now being deployed on field. And Cyan has a sizable army here and has a good amount of polos on the field. He's eyeing for mostly air superiority in order to keep his pyrocopters alive. Got these hammer tanks now advancing down south, trying to link up with Cyan's force. Cyan doesn't only have a handful of guardian tanks, so having these hammer tanks support him would be quite nice. Red's now advancing forward of a small force here. Will get some damage on the Apollos. It does shrink and snare that one. Well, likely will go down there. Another guardian tank does get snared there. Trying to freeze down the motor gun turret there. Does get the kill there. Cyan does sort of drive into a little bit, gets a small amount of chill effect there. Got another cryo blast on the field. It's time for the opponents. Let's get a couple of those units frozen down, but listen, nothing here to threat them. Try to bomb non-frozen units. And guardian tanks charging on forward, trying to crush a lot of these infantry. Does get some good crushes on the infantry, getting even more crushes on the infantry. Most of the infantry went down, at least half of it. Now Cyan and Purple starting to advance on forward, or Magenta. More hammer tanks being streamed on in, but it has a bad retreat deployment path there. Find a motor gun turret there. Now I got the dog getting a great bark there, and now I got the Mega Takus on in as well, getting some great honorable discharge. Got some extra guns onto some of these hammer tanks. This heroic one is dual wielding guns. Both of them heroic ones are dual wielding guardian cannons and the primary cannon. Down south, we got the Naginata cruisers facing forward with the assault destroyers. Trying to get some good damage there. Does like the black hole armor there. You could use the wave torpedoes to get some great damage. The torpedo S type Naginata cruisers are falling back. There's a large number of Riptides here, as well as the assault destroyers. We need some more Naginata cruisers. RPXs does find some shots there onto those Apollos. Chopper VXs flying about. And now we've got Athena's and a Mirage tanks now pulling on the field. Doesn't make the shield generator there, blocking the projectiles from those Vindicators. Another one goes up, trying to stop the Striker VXs from getting any additional damage there. And there's the Apollo's air support. Let's fall back nice and early. Sentry Bomber now being pulled, has been pulled on field. iCar Bomber run there appears not to be garrison of anything, though it's sort of hard to tell sometimes. Sentry Bomber eyeing for this ore refinery. I don't know how many Sentry Bombers it takes. Oh, that's a Tanya. That was a paradrop. Now these forces pushing way forward. And you can't park that one. Gets frozen there. Gotta leave the Prospector. Tanya's now pushing way forward over here. We got the harassment there. Or's advancing forward, getting some great damage there. But now here comes Tanya coming around. This area is not fully walled off. Usually good idea when fighting against Soviets with terror drones, but now there's a Tanya doing the exact same thing. She's now elite. Now fully heroic. These forces trying to push it forward. Time belts, bad time for a time belt. And there's a cryoblast. So Tanya did some significant amount of damage there. Sentry Bomber may still be alive, and now Magenta has out some Apocalypse tanks. Trying to crush down. And does harpoon right there. We've got a massive force here. We've got a cryoblast on the field. Got two Shogun battleships. They can use random maneuvers there. This Naginata cruiser does get chilled there. The Black Hole armor can make it very vulnerable to the S-type torpedoes. Yeah, overall just got good damage there. And there's a ram maneuver there. Crushes that one assault destroyer. Gets two assault destroyers there. And looks like the ram maneuver does not interrupt the charge of the Shogun battleship. Multiple assault destroyers went down to the Shogun battleships. Now got these Naginata cruisers advancing forward. It's great follows down the assault destroyer. Shogun battleship does go down there. And that assault destroyer almost goes down, trying to fall back, get some repairs. Maybe want to turn off Black Hole armor if you're trying to get repairs. Weapon jammers are pushing forward. He has 3 hydrofoils there for weapon jams. There's 3 of them. Bullfrog's now charging forward, trying to get some good damage there. So they're hitting the Jet Tengus first. Doing a good job of microing the Bullfrogs there, getting some great damage there. Does take out all those truck VXs and saves that last Bullfrog there. Naginata cruisers advancing forward. This one without the Black Hole armor is still severely wounded. And will likely go down there. He could use another ram maneuver in this region. And now there is a multi-gun turret being pulled on field. Science advancing forward, receiving some flak fire. Orange does take out something there. And now this Naginata cruiser pushing pretty far in, and the Shogun battleship does go down. We got another Shogun battleship here, getting some damage onto these multi-gunner turrets. Now, Purple's Magenta's now advancing down south, has a good number of Apocalypse tanks, as well as a handful of Bullfrogs. One of them heroic, one of them's elite, or a veteran, and the veteran one is severely wounded. It may be a good idea, go to that wounded one, and siphon it with your elite hammer tank so you get that flak gun up and firing. On a much more durable platform, at least. Minican does go down, does not take out the Mega Bay there. Now got the assault destroyers advancing on forward. Over here, got a sizable harassment to Yellow's refinery. They will take out that ore collector. Cryo getting out people in the field. There's a massive congestion there. I'm not sure if Cryo gonna take out freeze Apocalypse tanks. Looks like it doesn't freeze Apocalypse tanks there. Apocalypse tanks getting some great crushes there, trying to save these frozen units. Not hitting the frozen units a little. Got the Mirage tank here. Red is not taking those frozen units there, and now one of the Apocalypse tanks still go down. The heroic Guardian tank does go down. We got a fully heroic Terror drone there. And the frozen units will be saved for now. He could potentially get, once again, there we go. Now all those forces have been saved. And there's the harpoon there. Gotta be careful with the harpoon. Let's check out the MCV either way. The harpoon did a great job stunning. Now the wounded Pocket is fully heroic. Another Pocket severely wounded as well. Yellow's base has mostly been cleaved through, has one ore refinery, all other structures down, and now the Shogun battleships are receiving some sorties. Blue has a significant amount of presence on the field, orange has a small presence in the field, and red is ever so shrinking. Red made me just completely knock out the game. That's a boot camp there. We see refineries here, but I don't see any infrastructure left. Production infrastructure for red, so red's knocked out of the game. Reds need to go back out of the game to give all resources to a teammate. Shogun battleship's trying to skirt around. Yellow's MCV is still alive, so even if he can't build anything because of not enough money, it's still a good idea to keep it alive so he can bring in his own protocol to support his teammates. Some great damage there. Red's almost completely knocked out of the game, and not back in the game there will result in him being defeated and not giving any resources to his teammates. Dedicator does get shot down there. Shogun battleship Heroic 1 does get bombarded by those two heroic aircraft carriers. Does sell off that naval yard there. There's likely not enough money here. He's going for a power generator. Probably not enough money for a ore refinery. So that's an ore refinery over here, so he's making some income. And there's a great crusher there. It looks like he has grinder shred research. And I got a good number of marchings here, but the Science 2 heroic one's getting some excellent damage there. Those save one. Does take out the heroic containing cannon now. Blue's airfield's starting to go on down. Blue's forces are pushing forward. We got this Peacekeeper here as well, trying to get some good damage on these forces. And now the Pocket advance forward. The heroic one's nearly has been repaired quite significantly. The other Pocket 6 now elite. There's a good amount of anti-aircraft forces here. And Blue's naval force may need to fall back to engage this ground force. He does have this refinery over here, so he's not completely dead in the water if he loses his infrastructure over here. He still has this refinery over here as well. You got now. Okay, looks like Yellow has enough credits for a refinery. A good idea to deploy out right there. He's another javelin troop there. Richard is now advancing forward. We do now have the level 3 satellite coming on in. Get some great damage there, even on top of the assault destroyer. Really activates his black hole armor. Of course, the research is based around the construction yard. Over here, Yellow's Inkbuster is still getting some great work done. Some science bases aren't going down. Assault destroyer could go down as well.
Let's get out of here.
Starting to shrink down some of these forces.
Get that guy.
And now we do got this one. Wood, it was frozen for a moment. Yeah, let's shrink them down as well. Start shrinking down the other forces. A lot of these crowd are going down to these Apollos. He may just be going to run out of ammo, but now guys, own Apollos push way forward. Does not take it to heroic one. Now go pursuing these Apollos, but the return to base does give you a faster movement speed.
Flee these rough waters.
And he will go ahead and make his way back to the airfield and go get repaired on up and rearmed. Quadcopter's trying to freeze down this aircraft carrier. One has gone down, this other one will go down shortly to a torpedo, or just a machine gun. We do have some Mirage tanks here, a very large number of Mirage tanks there with the amount of health bars there. It looks like it's just a bunch of rocks and trees, however. Apparently that's one of the types they can camouflage in, is a pile of different rocks. Interesting. Alright, getting now to pull it out right there. Let's freeze out a lot of this infrastructure there. It does clean that one up. Vindicators do go down. And blue does back in the game now, giving all the infrastructure to orange. Orange should have a lot of credits at the moment, I would assume. 10,000 credits, so he needs to start investing that. He has a Allied factory and a Empire factory, not a Soviet factory. Oh no, he's Empire, not Soviets.
No enemy.
VX, all systems green.
And now I do have this base will be cleaned on up. Orange does have a very good number of these Mirage tanks, so some of them just being pushed on forward and will be picked on off. Yellow has now 2 expansions, one here and one here. Still has the power plant in the barracks. And balloon bombs have been called on in by Yellow, I'm assuming. Does have Team Oni here, as well as a good number of Mirage tank. Has a very, very large mixed force. These are Kinto Striker VXs. Mirage tank here trying to defend. Of course, you can't shatter units as with Mirage tanks. The Prism Cannon can't shatter. Now I got these King Owner game picked apart by these tank busters. One of them does go down. The elite one will be going down shortly. And it looks like he's getting some good knockbacks there. Force has a significant force over here. Yellow size expansion. Refiner, construction yards up here, going for a Mecha Bay core and an instant dojo. While some pure warrior and tank busters probably be a good idea. The side base here has been cleaned on up. There's a couple more structures down here though. I got a Dreadnought now on the field, getting some shore bombardment. And the Dreadnought does go down right there to the Wave Force Artillery, in which one's heroic, both of them are heroic actually. And now that Naval Yard does go down. We do got a bunch of Dolphins here, divided by Cyan, trying to clear this infrastructure out at sea. Got a good number of Cool Subs here, doing some great damage out at sea as well. They need to get some Stingrays to make its way onto land. Wave Force Tower being put on the field. It's been a long time since I've seen one of those. But Dolphins will spot it. Goes up now trying to focus on the Wave Force Tower. It does take a bit of time to actually get the bullet on the field. I've got a pair of Naginata cruisers now pulled on the field. So these cool subs are very, very vetted. Wave Force Tower is still going up. It's a long time to actually get fully built. And Wave Force Artillery Tower does go up, but it's low power. So it won't even get to see this fire shot, and with more power plants being destroyed, unlike the Orange can go ahead and get that gun firing anytime soon. Striker VX is getting some good damage there on these Akula subs, forcing them back underwater. Akula subs being picked on off. And the Naginata cruisers doing some great damage there as well, forcing these things to breach. And there's a lot of veterancy on these Striker VXs. Orange now being supported of a massive army on the field. Got toxic corrosion there, getting to pick out some of the infantry forces. Loading gun turret here will be overwhelmed. Magenta still has a base up here with 3 airfields for some odd reason. Does take a super reactor there, does get some friendly splashes there, and now here comes Twin Blades. Magenta does back out of the game, getting all the infrastructure to Cyan, so Cyan now has these Twin Blades, getting some great damage there. But let's see, wasn't a big all units to move. Now Cyan versus Cyan and Yellow versus just Orange. Magenta could have. No, Magenta doesn't have an Magenta had an MCV. See, Cyan was the allied player, which now that should allow him to pull out protocols. The allied protocols are much stronger than Soviet protocols, so even though Soviets had more infrastructure, strategically the allied player will find more benefit with the protocols. And now we do also have still a significant number of these Twin Blades out in the field, as well as a good number of MiGs for hitting those Striker VXs. Speaking of which, there's a whole bunch of them here. And if they find them over some terrain that they cannot transform, these things can be quickly picked on off. Cyan's now skirting around, trying to find another opportunity to engage. We'll spot all the Naginata cruisers. Naginata cruisers cannot engage up in the air. It does take it out, so no Sea Wings provide an anti-aircraft escort. And the Striker VXs simply cannot go out onto land. It does use a crowd get in there, keeping the Striker VXs in the air, so that could have been a good idea for MiGs to advance up forward. And there we go, they do transform the ground now, and now the Twin Blades going to just finish off that refinery. It does run away now. Lower some of these Twin Blades will go down. Now we've got the jet tickets moving around to engage. The MiGs are not turning around to engage them. He has a good number of MiGs. I don't really know the exact map number of MiGs to jet tankers, but it looks like he did not really control them all too well. And now all of them go down, and the war refinery is still up and going. Got some Naginata cruisers hitting the Soviet infrastructure. But just settle off all this infrastructure, honestly. Orange still has all this expansion down south. He has a allied MCV there as well as the Empire MCV. And there's a lot of veterancy on these forces, that's for sure. Try to go over cap there. Good try. Cyan has some infrastructure here. Has not re-expanded out just yet. He still has one ore refinery collecting. It said plus 262. Wait. Is Yellow an allied player? No? So I'm not sure how you get the protocol increased income from the ore refinery to free trade. Ore is not being overwhelmed. Yellow is getting overwhelmed, lost the MCV there, so Yellow's basically knocked the game. And still has some good amount of infrastructure on the field, a lot of refineries collecting income. Let's pick up that unit there. Got more forces being pulled out in the field. And we've got a pretty sizable navy here. A lot of hydrofoils. Final squadron, Orange Fire Squadron, trying to make their way over here somewhere. And does take out power plant there. Does not put low power, however. Does off the allied MCV there. And I've got the ore collector now engaging the refinery. Doesn't get any efficiency from that. And how did that die? Oh, Yellow completely got knocked out of the game. That's how he died. He didn't back out of the game to give all his money and infrastructure to his teammate. Now I got the hydrofoils. We're seeing trying to get some good damage there on these twin striker BXs. We've got the Mega Jet Tingos being hit by the Dolphins. It looks like the Dolphins are having trouble engaging. It looks like all of Orange's army does go down right there. It's a lot of veteran forces going down. Right now, Sign only has 2 refineries at the moment. Orange still has a significant number of refineries on the field, though. This one's not collecting, nor is this one. And this one just only has units and ore collector. You can perhaps get that ore collector task online. We've got some ore collectors here and there. This one is down. Orange's economy is actually not that great. This one's down. So he only has 2 refineries collecting at the moment. Not good. Sign has mostly a naval force. He doesn't have any ground forces. Assault destroyers can help fix that. Oops, I hit my microphone. And that refinery does go down. Motor guard turret and Sign's expanding out over here. So it has 13,000 credits in that refinery. Boom bombs are now raining on it over here. Now, as well as the final squadron, looks like just a level 1 balloon bombs. Gains good damage there. And apparently those 2 protocols are enough to take out refinery. Good to know. Aircraft carrier gains good damage there. And there goes that refinery. Dolphins now swing around. We've got a good number of hydrofoils has been pulled out on the field. Giants aircraft carriers pushing around. Right now, elite. Orange trying to advance forward with these tank busters, as well as the ore collector there. Sells off both those refineries. This refinery has not been built. It is depleted, however. And it looks like this ore refinery is also depleted, so Orange's income's down to nothing. He does have this one here. This is the only thing that's really providing him income. Sign has a massive navy right here. Most composed of hydrofoils and dolphins. Couple riptides there. Now I got the cryo freeze down people on field and able to freeze down both those, or at least one of those naval yards. Weapon jammers push way forward. Does get a kill there on one of the dolphins with the S-type torpedoes. And now all of these Naginata cruisers now fully jammed. Nothing out the naval yards just yet. We now have another final squadron being pulled on the field, maybe trying to hit some of these forces. That was all miss there. The rest of these forces will be taken out slowly. We got an expansion over here. There is a good amount of credits for Orange for him to collect, and it has expanded over here as well. I didn't see those 2 expansions earlier. Over here, we got the Naginata cruisers slowly being whittled down by these dolphins. Now, Orange pulled out some balloon bombs there. Sort of walked into some of them. Remember, you can retarget balloon bombs there. Against some great damage there on the hydrofoils, trying to stop their weapons from being jammed. And one of the Naginata cruisers, let's go down. There's just too many hydrofoils in this region. Aircraft carrier now fully heroic. And now going bombing down some Naginata cruisers. Now they're all gone down. Nope, so just one. And that Naginata cruiser has gone down. Aircraft carrier trying to siege down this construction yard. Surgical strike even connects. And the two naval yards are going to be trying to make their way out somewhere else. MCV largely avoids that. EMP missiles does rain on in. Now we eat a full sortie. It probably won't take out the MCV. We got some Mirage tanks being applied on the field, which will easily engage these infantry forces. And now the MCV is still continuing their run. We're seeing some more damage there. Severely wounded. Of course, it'll take time for another sortie to come on out. God has another sortie here, and he will be hitting some of this other infrastructure now. Orange infrastructure is being cleaved on through. It has a good amount of economy at the moment. SCB here needs a instant dojo to be deployed out. Those who we can throw engineer into the MCV to get repaired on up. More naval yards? There's one over here. Where did the other one go? Sign has a good amount of forces here, including 6 not suspicious units. After all, every sign should be this big, right? It's good damage there on this infrastructure. Another refinery core. Has now advancing forward, has a good mixed force here, and now going gun down these infantry forces. Some of them will take out some of these Mirage tanks there. Mirage tanks, of course, excellent versus infantry, does take them out, does spot this first expansion. No longer it's expansion. Start hitting some other stuff. Surgical strike does connect there, and there was a tank was surprised there taking out, and that surgical strike does take out 4 out of 5 there. Another refinery there, starting cleaning through all of them. Giving some efficiency there to these multi-gunner IVs. And I've got the ore refinery now seeing some damage as well. There is another ore refinery down here, and so a command hub from a prospector. These players' income. Looks like the allied player has a nice little reserve of income. Has also the Chronal Chasm.
Ready, sir.
His one has 10,000 credits. He is not spending that. He has MCV, in which you can quickly build a lot of infrastructure. That's why he has so many naval yards upon view. They got 45 Naginata cruisers queued on up. He needed to go for a good number of generators. He should have instant dojo a long time ago in order to get the repairs onto that MCV. Could use a weapon jammer there, does use a weapon jammer there. And we've got more Naginata cruisers being plotted field. Which of course he has access to another weapon jammer. He could use an S-type torpedo on this one here. Not sure what that was. More ore collectors are going on down. Got a good number of Naginata cruisers here. Not all of them are firing. Does take out another refinery or prospector. Right now it is. We did the node. Some blue's infrastructure started going down. Got more power generators here. Very nice. And he started using a repair tool on the MCV. And orange's land bases started getting cleaned on up. And this hydrofoil will go down. More balloon bombs right now in. And I don't know if we heard a final squadron, but probably we did see a final squadron. Or there's the final squadron now trying to finish off the refinery. This ore mine is fully depleted, so it's a minor loss for the Cyan player. Iconv1ct cruisers advance forward against good damage out of these power plants. Orange will destroy all the naval bases for Cyan. Cyan still has a land base here, but one of them does have tank buses nearby. Both these ore refineries are now depleted. Up north, we still got the Cyan naval force advancing around. Again, it's sweet time to go around the map. Got a Imperial docks here. Orange's bases here do have another nanotech mainframe core, and that may be the dock breakthrough being researched now. Cyan's not down to the space here. That's why he's trying to go for some Shogun battleship. These Naginata cruisers need to make their way up here. And Orange does have oil deck here, as well as another refinery, so Orange has some income. This oil refinery is down to 2,750 credits. Not a lot of credits remaining. The aircraft carrier is still alive. And that's likely going to be the first Shogun battleship being deployed on the field. And this is the rest of Cyan's infrastructure. He does plan on some other structure on an airfield. Refinery does go down. Now Orange is only down to this refinery here. Cryo again, now before field. Late response. The ore node sells 10,500 credits. And now we got the Dolphins push way forward. Does get killed in the ore collector. Does not get killed in the level 3 Imperial docks. Naginata cruisers coming into respawn. And now the Dolphin does receive some torpedo hits. And there's the Chronal Chasm now being deployed on the field, trying to stall his opponent out. And now we got a single Shogun battleship here. And now I've got final squadron being called on in. It's level 1 final squadron.
You're in good hands,
All of these militaries are on cooldown. The Empire still has point defense drone. May want to just throw point defense drone up here. That's what these forces here. He should have enough Naginata cruisers to break through. It does take up the MCV there. Naginata cruisers starting to be engaged. I'm not sure what is he looking at. He's focused right there. He has 2 Shogun battleships in the region. And this area here, he's Naginata cruisers should be on an A move forward to clean up all this force. He has enough force to break through there. He's just not paying attention. And the ore refinery does go down. He can sell some infrastructure, try to get out another ore refinery. The oil deck's still up and going, so he sells that. And he has wall segments there he can pass sell off. There you go, Naginata cruisers are advanced on forward. He has nearly 2,500 credits to get out ore refinery. We can sell off a power plant that should be able to get it. Airfields or aircraft carriers are going down. This Shogun battleship's trying to back on off. He did not have any sort of escort there. EMP missile does connect. And Zai's now down to this. He did not kill this off. Sign has really nothing. I think Sign lost the game. He has to do a lot of damage with these two Riptides. And the Empire player does get his ore refinery, and it's going to receive some hits, but he has nothing like that on cruisers here to stop it. And all he needs to do is just get enough income to get on another Shogun battleship, and he wins. We got now Pink Buster Surprise point of view, and he also has access to Bloom Bombs. You may not realize it's the last point of construction, decides to use it there, either way. And the Bloom Bombs will come on down and probably kill off the refinery. He's going straight for the refinery as well. Yeah, that's going to be game. And that is the end of the replay. There's Android saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.